Thank you so much. One of the first stories that were ever written to me about the magazines, the headline was Bjorg Who? And I'm sure that a lot of you, when you saw my name in the program, you say, Bjorg Who? And for those who do know my name, they probably said, is she still alive? Well, I'm not going to tell you about things that I've done. I could speak for hours or days. I'm going to go tell you a story or two, if they'll let me, about what happened to me. After I had finished Western States 11 times, the 10th year I had renal shutdown and come back in the 11th year and took the first gold buckle for women. There was another sport that had started to become popular, and it was called a ride and tie. For those who don't know what a ride and tie is, it's a relay race, 2 runners and a horse. And I'll tell you how it starts. All 3 of us start on the finish line, on the start line. And the gun goes off, and the rider on the horse goes off, and of course that's much faster than a runner on foot. So she finds the tree and ties the horse and keeps running. And then the runner comes from the back and picks up the horse and try and get their partner. Well, that's what we did, and we did a championship which was 35 to 45 miles, and you only rode a horse for about 1.5 minutes each. So anyway, a woman came out of Forest Hill and said, Bjorg, I want you to be my partner for the ride and tie. There's a 100-mile ride and tie, and I have a horse, I have bad knees, but I have run 3 miles. But I think I can run 5, but you just run 100, so what's the big deal? So I said, go away. So we had some friends whose daughter was a champion 50-mile rider, and she said, anybody who runs on their own 2 legs and can have a horse's 4 legs underneath them, she had their head checked. So I said, I'm running with her for a ride and tie, and her name was Rhonda, she's right there. And so I said, I was safe. So 3 months later, I heard Rhonda say, Bjorg and I are doing ride and tie. And I said, we're doing what? And she said, but you said so. I said, yeah, but I didn't mean it. You were supposed to say no. And so now a big mouth, we had to put our feet where our mouths were. And so she said, I will teach you to ride my horses the way I want you to ride. And I said, I will teach you to run the way I want you to run. Well, I was afraid of horses, and I was never going to come near it. Rhonda had never run a step. So now I thought she was going to teach me to ride. She handed me the shovel and a rake, and she said, clean stalls. And then shampoo, and she said, clean the horse. And I cleaned those stalls, and I shampooed that horse until you have to have sunglasses on to see it because it was so bright. And so as far as running, and I was a technical downhill runner because I've had a lot of ballet, and so I had balance, agility, timing, and I had no fear. And so I took her on top of Maidu in Auburn, and I told her to run down 3 miles down, but not on the asphalt, on the dirt. And she said, but I could fall. And I said, so what? Get up and go again. So I always made sure I was about half a mile to a mile ahead of her, and I heard her run going, oh no, splat. And then, oh no, splat. And I came back, and she was all bloody, but she learned to love the downhills. So we decided that we were going to do a ride and tie. But it also so happened that her husband, Scott, and my husband, Stephen, decided to be partners. So now husbands are fighting against their wives. So we got out on the trail, and I'm running, and I'm not getting the horse. And for 45 miles, and you're only riding 1.5 minutes, where is the horse? And the water is on the horse, so I'm dying out there. It's hot, and nothing is happening. So all of a sudden, I hear the riders are coming by. Your partner can't find the horse. And I'm going, now what am I going to do? Am I going to go back? Keep on running. Another rider comes back on a horse. The husband took the horse. And I'm going, oh no. And then another rider comes. The partner has the horse. So what had happened, my husband had parked, their partner had parked the horses next to each other, and they are the same color horses, and they have the same tack. So my husband, or our husband probably took the first horse they saw and kept riding. Well, my husband came up to his partner and saying, that is not our horse, put it back. And Stephen has to ride back and find Rhonda, who says, you know, what did you do, take my horse? And so they switched horses, and Rhonda said, now we'll ride. And Stephen's eyes become like tin plates, gonna ride? I got a word out there, the partner has the horse, her blonde ponytail is straight out, and the horses are kicking out the rocks, watch out. And I'm running, and I'm running. And after a while, Stephen, my husband, is coming up on and I'm running trail. And he's not dare to come near me because I'm swearing, because I got the word that my husband had taken our horse, and I was not gonna let him pass me. So I'm running knock-kneed, and my knee kicked out, and my elbow's out, and I look like a lovesick chicken. And I was not gonna let him pass. He's sitting back there, and I'm going, the big D is coming. It's going to be divorce or death, whichever hurts the most. And I said, and if you weren't going to look at the number on your horse, why didn't you look down and look at their jewels? We are running an all-women team and an all-men. You guys are all-men team. So as the trail opens up, my husband is running the interval of his life, and he passes me. And I said, I'm a woman, I'm going to get you. I'm a woman, I'll get you in the boudoir. It will be death or desert or drought, whichever hurts the most. And so he passed me, and then they beat us by 5 minutes. And Rhonda's father, who owned the horses, told our husbands, I would keep on riding to Mexico because you guys are going to be dead. About a month or so later, I heard somebody say to Rhonda, why did you choose Bjorg as your riding tie partner? She said, I choose my riding tie partner the way I chose my Arabian horses. Big feet, big lungs, and a big rear end. I have one more short story if you don't mind. Okay, go ahead. Okay, when I was running Western States, 6 months of the year, we trailed. I trained 4 to 6 to 8 hours a day, sometimes 3 times a day training, and on a weekend 12 to 14 to 16 hours. So my children were orphans, and my husband was also running it. They were real orphans. Anyway, so training season started January 1st with a 35-miler cold turkey, and it was all hills. My motto was, well, you can't quit until you're unconscious or dead. So the idea was that we would go out and break our quads down in the trail. So anyway, I'd been out there and broken the quads down, and for those of us who know, the quads are your brakes. So my husband, of course, is skipping down the stairs and say, honey, this is how you do it. So Bruce LaBelle, who's also here, I used to train with, he and I decided to take Stephen out because he told us in November in '82, and he said, I just signed up for Western States, train me. I said, are you out of your mind? But we did. But anyway, so we decided to take him out to the canyons. So we ran him what I call the Devil's Canyon, because I've seen the devil there many times, down to what I call the bucking bridge, because it bucks at me, it doesn't swing. And so we came home, and then we ran him to Michigan Bluff. So we had 2 canyons. We went to bed, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, Stephen decided he has to go to the bathroom. So he doesn't want to turn on the light because it's dark. So he goes to the bathroom and decides to sit down. Well, what he didn't know that our son Cameron had left the seat of the toilet up. So all I hear is a scream and a splash, and Stephen falls into the toilet. And there is water on the floor, on the walls, on the ceiling, and everything else. Help, get me out. So I come in and I said, get yourself out. And so he rolled off and crawled back to bed. And from that day on, our children were going, but Mom, shouldn't we get those handicapped thing, to put next to the toilet so Daddy doesn't fall into the toilets again? But I really want to congratulate all the awards for everybody and the Hall of Famers inductees. It's a pleasure to be here with you, and I'm so grateful for the honor. Thank you very much.